Sting Triple H exceeded, and I'll give your boy a round of applause. That match, and he performed better than I anticipated him, and WWE did a good job of dressing that whole match up. You know, having the D-Generation X spot where they come out, then having NWO come out, they dressed up that segment so just in case. If Sting would have been off kilter and it would have been kind of a sloppy, you know, him and Triple H really only went going, I think, bell to bell. They went maybe it was less than 10 minutes, and they made that work. And then here comes DX. So by that point, that would have saved the match. And any which way, the match would have been a success because you're seeing the great nostalgia of finally having the two supergroups.
And a lot of people thought that DX and NWO, there was a lot of guys there, you know, a lot of guys coming in and infiltrating the match, but it worked because, like you said, Triple H and Sting told their story a little bit. The only thing that I had, I mean, if I'm nitpicking at anything, is why in the blue hell would NWO ever?
But you know what? But you know, and that's a nitpick, but it's not really because I know Mark Madden said something about it, and I had a few fans ask me about it. My response is this: if we're going to nitpick about that, then we would need to nitpick on the fact that Kevin Nash was hugging with Triple H.
I agree,
and all those
and
guys
then
the
he
night before,
him.
and he's going up
True.
against, he's
True.
knocking Expo. You know, so obviously the clique has their divide.
Okay, so let's
you
talk.
know, and they shook hands at the
only,
end of it.
the only nitpicking is the fact that the week prior, Sting had said this isn't about WCW
Exactly.
and WWE. That'd be foolish at this
Writers
point.
got crossed up.
And that's my
apparently,
point, exactly.
If they would
That's
have built
exactly
it that
what I was
way
going
the
to
whole
say.
time,
Stole the
if
words
they
right out
wanted
of
that
my
to be the
mouth.
surprise. Nonetheless, I
Yeah.
think the match started, first of all, the entrances set the tone for the entire time, and everyone wanted to know, well, what the hell was up with Sting's entrance? It reminded me of the grand entrances he got at IWGP and New Japan Pro Wrestling back in the early 90s when he wrestled over there. I think that probably where that concept came from. But, and everyone said, you still got it, just like they said The Undertaker. And I said, he doesn't still got it until he hits that patented Stinger drop kick, as the American Dream would say. And sure enough, you talked about me talking like a girl at an NSYNC concert back in 1999. It was when Sting hit that drop kick that I shot out of my seat, and you said, there you go.
His pants fell to the floor
And
at that point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They did.
There's actually video on CSRWrestling.com. The video that was taken of him as Sting is coming out, which is.
And I want to piggyback off of this for a second. You know, before we say what's next for Sting and Triple H or what's next for Sting, if WWE really focused on WWE versus WCW, then I would have understood why NWO came out to save them. But they didn't, and they made such a point of it to not emphasize around WCW. I don't understand why they didn't do that, because I think the whole thing was, well, we haven't seen him in 14 years since WCW ended. Why wouldn't you capitalize on the fans that are WCW fans still? Were they so scared that people were going to boo Sting? Because people aren't going to boo Sting.
Yeah. Well, first off, I want to say, and everybody thought I was crazy when I said Triple H was going to beat Sting in this match. You know, they weren't going to let WWE.
I thought you were
think
bat
you were crazy.
crap crazy. Man.
And I'm honest. I missed some other predictions. I'm not saying I was perfect, but I'm saying everybody thought I was really. Everybody thought it was ultra predictable that Sting's just going to win. I said, WWE ain't losing on their big stage. But I'll tell you what, as a fantasy booking, and it would not have been unrealistic because he was in town. If they wanted to go that far, they upped us on the first level. Here comes DX, then here comes NWO. Why not have?
Well, then you had Shawn Michaels, so who counters Shawn Michaels?
Well, here's
Ric Flair.
No. Well, no. You don't even. Well, that's an option. But I was going to go on the level of the supergroup match and the supergroup. Why wouldn't you have Vince and Eric Bischoff? Eric Bischoff was there, and he's not signed with anybody else. That would have been a great spot to have Eric and Vince.